I'm just doing a playthrough of Disney Heroes Battle Mode because I just received word today that Disney Heroes Battle Mode, it's kind of like Disney Infinity, but it's a mobile version. It's only Disney heroes and Disney villains in the thing, so it's characters from all the different IPs and TV, movies, and stuff like that. And unfortunately, this game is being discontinued on May 31st. It's been going for 8 years. This is a long run Disney game that has been going on. It was created by Pure Blue, and they've got a couple other games out there, but they've been supporting this game, and it has been evolving and it's been doing really well. I personally love the game. I've been playing it for a long time, and I really like it. So the unfortunate thing is it's being discontinued. So I play it pretty much every day, and I've amassed a very large accoutrement of characters. Some of my favorite ones are here. So, like for example, Korra from Tron Legacy. I absolutely love this character. And ironically, when Disney Infinity was out, I actually got her. I still have her figure here in our game room, and I love playing with her. I think she is the coolest character, and she's one of my best warriors. I love playing with her. Next one, of course, you've got Ida from Owl House. She's a great character. I love some of her abilities and stuff like that. And a lot of the animation is very similar to the one that was in the show. So I always think it's super cool that we get to see this kind of stuff, which was the reason why this game was really, I know I loved Owl House too. So Ida's in here. There's a bunch of other characters from Owl House in here. Let me actually show. So Luce is actually a character you can play here in the game. It's really cool. And also, I think King, I don't know if King got added. I think he did. And you've got Amity, of course, that's in here. I can actually bump her up. Let me actually do that. So you can actually get this. This game is downloadable right now. You can get it on both the Apple Store and the Play Store. I'm not sure about other mobile devices, but I know it's still available, so you can actually get it and play it. And there's characters from all over the place. I mean, you've got Reptilis Maximus. He was in the special Christmas short from Toy Story. He's a really cool character. I use him on a regular basis. He really plays really well. I really like him. And we've got the Manticore from Onward. She is so cool. I just love the aspect of her. And the fact that it's kind of like a D&D character that you have in the game, so it's very cool. You got Anxiety, and you can get all the characters from Inside Out. So there's Anxiety, there's Sadness, Happiness, Joy, and Disgust, Fear, Anger. They're all available. Ennui, Doubt, all that kind of stuff. All the characters are in here. And there's characters from Toy Story, Slinky. You've also got all the characters from Big Hero 6 is in here. So Honey Lemon, Wasabi, Go-Go. You've also got Amber from Elements. And, of course, Chicken Little he just got added. And, of course, we've got Ferb from Phineas and Ferb. Phineas is also available. And I thought this was super cool. Elizabeth Swann from Pirates of the Caribbean is a character. She is actually a really good character to have. I love playing with her. And all the Disney princesses are available. Rocco, welcome in. Michael Kimball, welcome in. So I really like this game. It's so much fun, especially if you're a fan of any unique Disney IP and stuff like that. Like you really like characters and you want to be able to actually use them in a game. Which is the reason why Disney Heroes Battle Mode is so much fun, because it's basically the version of Disney Infinity that you were hoping for but didn't exactly get, where you get to play with your favorite characters. And I always thought that was super cool. I was so glad that Agent P got added in because I thought he was such a cool character. And I've made a couple of videos about some of the characters and stuff from the game. It's a lot of fun to play with these guys. And, of course, we've got Muppets because Disney has access to Muppets. So, of course, we've got Gonzo. And we've got Merida from Brave and Rapunzel. I mean, there's so many great characters that show up in this game. And I just love playing with all of them. And, of course, we got Tron from the original Tron. Void from Incredibles 2. Violet from Incredibles. And we got Sweetums from the Muppets. Dr. Doofenshmirtz from Phineas and Ferb, which he is always fun, and I love playing with him. There's so many great characters you can get in this game, and the great thing is you get to play with all of them, because you can have them as standard games where you play within trials where you get access to them. The one that I love the most is playing on the campaign, because you've got, like, I've already completed most of the campaign runs. Like, this is the city area, which is the first part of the campaign, and I've already finished that. Any Star Wars characters? No. That's the thing about this one, is that Disney Heroes Battle Mode does not include any characters from Marvel or Star Wars. I should have pointed that out first off, but the reason why that is because Disney already has games with those characters available. So, for example, Star Wars, there's Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, where all the Star Wars characters are in there. So that's the reason why they're not at Disney Battle Mode, because they've got their own game. And same thing for Marvel. Marvel has Marvel Rivals, Marvel Heroes. I mean, there's so many different versions of things with Marvel. So there's no reason for Marvel to even be in Disney Heroes Battle Mode, because those heroes already have their own games. So Disney Hero Battle Mode was pretty much just for Disney heroes that didn't have something in another game. Like, there are some that have standalone games with the Disney characters, but the idea with this game is that they wanted to make it so that it's just Disney heroes. And the great thing is they've added in Disney villains as well. So, and that's part of the reason why I really like the game, is once you pump up the characters, and that's the key factor in the game, is when you first get the characters, you only get them at a certain level. Let me actually go in and show you guys how this actually works with the characters. So when they come in and you unlock the characters, like I got a bunch of characters here that I haven't unlocked yet, because there's so many. I mean, you get access to Bambi, Darwin, Embarrassment, the Duchess from Aristocats, in Ennui. Sorry, I had trouble announcing Ennui from Inside Out. And, like, for example, we'll go with Zeus from Hercules. You can actually, once you get him out, there's levels that you actually have to gain up. Like, right now, he's at level 30, and he's a white right now. Now, if I wanted to pump him up to make him stronger, there's actually these equipment areas where you actually give them the additional powers. The skills, where they have all the different abilities that they have. It goes through all these different abilities that these characters can have. So when you first get into these, you actually will pump them up. So you actually raise it all the way up to their current level, which is level 30. And that does cost coins. And like me, I have 1.75 trillion coins to play with. So I've got more than enough available to pump up characters. So that was part of my thing when I first got into the game, is there were a lot of heroes that I ended up unlocking and pumping up, but I wasn't really happy with the ones that I got. So a lot of them, I didn't bother pumping them up. I unlocked them, but I didn't really play with them, which is part of the reason why I have so many characters that I haven't unlocked, because I've got so many characters that I've unlocked from so many different Disney movies and stuff like that. But I didn't want to unlock and put a whole bunch of stuff into all of them, because then I'd run out of money and stuff to be able to pump up the ones that I really liked. So there's a lot of them that I've focused on just my primary ones. So that's the reason why I have these heroes that are the top ones. Herrick, welcome in. Angelica, welcome in. And I wanted to really focus on just the ones that were my favorites. So my favorite ones that I really like is Big Hero 6. I have the entire hero team. Even Fred, Monster Fred, who I don't get to use that often, but I like putting him in. And just over time, you figure out which heroes are the ones you really enjoy playing with. And like this one that I thought was really cool is the Chernobog. Now, if any of you have ever watched Disney's Fantasia, The Night on Bald Mountain, this is the guy from that. And he's just a massive monster. And he is a really strong character. And I love playing with him. He's so cool. And he's kind of like a boss among bosses. So I actually have a specific team. So I'm pumping up one of his abilities here. So one of his groups, and like I have Jack Skellington from Nightmare Before Christmas. And I actually have my teams that I actually love playing with. So like, for example, here in the campaign, I'll actually go in. And I actually have like characters here. You can actually pick which ones you want. But my favorite team that I love to play with right now is the Headless Horseman, the Horned King, Maleficent, the Chernobog, and Jack Skellington. And I usually switch them out. Like I'll switch out Maleficent for Sally, so that way I get to have Sally and Jack on a team. But I'm kind of making it out like my semi-Halloween team. Carl, welcome in. So I basically have the Chernobog from Halloween, Night on Bald Mountain. You've got the Headless Horseman, who is from Sleepy Hollow, which the night he comes out is Halloween. And of course, I've got Jack Skellington and Sally are both from Halloween Town, from Nightmare Before Christmas. And there's other characters that I thought about bringing in. Like, for example, if I didn't want to use the Horn King, I would bring in Sarah from Hocus Pocus. And all three witches from Hocus Pocus are in the game. But Sarah I really like the most because she brings in the zombie from the movie, which is Billy. So I'll actually do a fight here. You can actually see how these guys work. So Billy comes in and he now assists Sarah in the game. So now, unfortunately, I didn't do too well on that one because Sarah and Jack got taken out. But Sally, the Headless Horseman, and the Chernobog are still in. And they're actually doing pretty well. So we'll see here. Hopefully, actually... Unfortunately, it was a 1-star victory, so obviously I'm going to rerun that one because I like to get the 3-star. So I'm going to take Sarah out, and I'm going to put the Horn King in. Now, the great thing about the Horn King is he pulls skeletal warriors out of the Black Cauldron. So I think that's really cool, but it's also kind of scary. So let's give him a try. Let's see how he goes on this. Okay, so that one didn't go very well because both Jack and the Horn King got eliminated right off the bat. So, but the Headless Horseman, Sally, and the Chernobog are doing really well. So I'm actually going to pause this. I'm going to retreat, and I'm going to come back out, and I'm going to start over again. So obviously Jack and the Horn King aren't the best choices. So let's see. Let's throw in Ida, and let's see how she does. And as a bonus, I'm going to bring in Judy Hopps. Now, Judy is a pretty cool character. She actually pumps up everybody else in the game. Dominator, welcome in. So let's see how they do in this fight. So we'll know within a few seconds. Okay, Ida is actually doing well. Headless Horseman's doing well. All right, so this team is doing much better than the previous team. Oh, yeah, they are wiping the floor. Nice. I like that. Poor Elsa. She didn't have a chance. This group, let's see how we do here. There we go. That's a win. All right. So, and this is the reason why Red Scully, welcome in. So this is the reason why this game is kind of fun is I'm literally having a battle with some of my favorite Disney characters. And the great thing about the campaign is you get to keep going. And the campaign is actually pretty big. Like, I already completed the city, but the hub is the next one, and it's still pretty big. And I haven't gotten anywhere close to doing to finishing the whole thing. But now that the game is actually being shut down, I definitely want to come back in and actually work my way through. And there's so many different characters that are coming out. Like, we've got Hans from Frozen, that he's an actual character in the game. And there's so many characters to play with. Like, Mater is a major one, and he's actually just got added to the game. So I'm trying to unlock him through some of the playthrough stuff. But there is such a great amount of ways to play with the characters in the game. It's basically, it's kind of like a turn-based game. Like, I've got it set for the battles to be kind of, going very quickly, but you actually don't need to do it that way. So, like, here's another game that's available in here is Invasion, where it basically deals with the direct assault, because the whole storyline of the game is that all the Disney characters are stuck in they're stuck on the internet, and their world is being attacked by these viruses. And so the invasion is one of these viruses breaking in. So they actually have to fight them off in order to succeed. And the unfortunate thing is that you're limited by what characters you're able to use against the enemies. But the cool thing is that you get a chance to actually pump up those particular characters in that particular group. So, like, the Breaker Quest is where you basically go one-on-one with all these different creeps and other heroes that have been converted. So, on obviously this one, we've got Enon from Hunchback of Notre Dame. You got Scrooge McDuck. And there's a whole bunch of different. You got Emperor Kuzco and Madame Mim. So now I have to pick characters that I hope are going to be able to stand up to them. Now, the cool thing is some of my favorite characters are available for the team. So obviously I'm going to go with Korra, Baymax, Ida, and let's go with the Chernobog. So hopefully this group should be able to beat them. So I'm going to go into the fight here. But I'm going to turn off the two things that would make it usually go faster. So this is basically my characters going at them. And so now their special ability screen to make those special abilities come up. Now, if I wanted to, I could turn the auto mode on, which would allow the game to actually auto set the special abilities so they just auto play. Now, obviously, you can see that it's going slower. So the gameplay is coming on. And you notice these dials that are coming on top of each character. That's all the different bonuses and pluses that they're getting in the game. So it's really kind of cool to see them actually work like that. So I really enjoy playing the game like this. Unfortunately, Korra got taken out. For some reason, Emperor Cusco in this is actually doing really well against all my heroes. And so we'll just have to see if they can actually take him down. Oh, excuse me. So yeah, I really love this game so much because you get to play with all these different characters. So, and of course, you got the wax and stuff going on in the game, so it actually, you feel like you're in the battle, and I just really like that. There's all these different abilities. So it's very much a kind of RPG game because you pump up your characters, you make them stronger, and you actually put them into the battles. I mean, if you wanted to control them, I could turn the auto off so that I could actually pick when the characters use their special abilities. So like now I hit the Chernobog and he comes down with his big fist. Now, unfortunately, I got defeated there because time ran out, because each battle has a time limit. So if you're not able to defeat your opponents in the amount of time, you then lose the battle. So now the good thing is certain ones you can actually do a retry attack, so I can start over again. And I can use the same characters again. So this time I'm going to take Korra out because she got defeated last time. And I'm going to put in Luce because she's actually got a special 5-point bonus. So she might actually be able to do better. So let's do the fight. Let's see how it goes this time. Let's go on through the fight. Now this time, Baymax got taken out. And now Luce got taken out. So that's an interesting thing. Now, this is the great thing about it is there's a lot of strategy that's involved with this because you can actually pause your match and Gatsby, welcome in. You can lead out and then go back in and then recreate your team. So obviously Baymax and Luce didn't work for me. So now maybe I'll throw in Ian from Onward and let's see how they do. So now I've got the three that I know didn't get knocked out yet are the Chernobog, Hero, and Ida. So let's actually see how they do in this fight. Now, I kept them pretty well stocked, so let's actually see how they do. Okay, this time Doofenshmirtz got taken out. And also, ooh, I got a lot more characters got taken out in this one. So Ian got taken. Yeah, the whole team got wiped out this time. So I'm going to retry attack again. So obviously, Ian and Dr. Doof didn't do the job this time. So let's see. Now I got to figure out who the heck I'm going to use to actually get through this. Let's try throwing in the Manticore. And just for fun, I'm going to try throwing in Go-Go from Big Hero 6. I mean, we got two Big Hero 6 characters in here. Baymax already got taken out, but I want to see how this group does. All right, let's give it a try. Okay, the Manticore got taken out almost immediately. Go-Go got taken out next. Let's see how the rest of them do. There goes Ida. Now there goes Hero and the Chernobog. Okay, so this group is not doing very well. Okay, so let's pull them out. We're going to retry that attack. Now, I'm going to try something different here because, unfortunately, this group is not doing that well. So I'm going to pull out... I'm going to leave Hero in there, but I'm going to go down the line and see if I can pull in some other characters that might do a little bit better. So I'm going to try putting in Sally. I'm going to try putting in the Headless Horseman. And I'm going to try putting Judy Hopps. Now, unfortunately, I'm not going to have as good a time here because I'm using a few of the characters that are not part of the designated troop that you're supposed to use. But I want to see what happens here. Oh, shoot, I just did that and I just lost everything. Now I got to do it again. Okay, so let's try this time. Let me do this again. Go all the way down, find my characters. Okay, so we're going to go with Judy Hopps, Headless Horseman, and Sally. And let's see how this group does. Okay, Hero got taken out there. This one seems to be doing a little bit better. Up, Ida got taken out there. Oh, the Headless Horseman got taken out now. So now it's a fight between Sally, Judy Hopps, and Madam Mim and Kuzco. Let's see. Seem to be doing pretty well. But they're not damaging enough. And unfortunately, time ran out. Okay. So I'm going to have to come back to this one because I'm not sure exactly why I'm having so much trouble here. So let me actually try something different here. Let's go back to this group. But I'm going to try putting in Honey Lemon and Go-Go. So let's see how this group does here. Well, that one, they actually took everybody out except Kuzco, and I haven't lost any characters yet. Why is Kuzco so hard? Not sure why he is being so difficult. I should have taken him out already. For some reason, he is still standing strong. All right, 20 seconds left. That is a bummer. Oh, I just lost Hero. Yeah, unfortunately, I was not able to beat him on that one. I'm going to try one more thing here. Now, one of the functions you actually have on this is a quick fight. So I didn't actually try that on. Let me see what happens if I try the quick fight. Okay, so that one I actually won, but Hero still got taken out, so that's okay. All right, so we go on to the next fight. Now, the only thing about Invasion is when you get a character taken out, they are actually KO'd. You see down here with Hero, he's actually KO'd. So if I actually want to be able to continue fighting, I'll need to put in a different character. So now this time I'll actually try putting in Ida, and we'll see how this goes. So let's try this here. But I'm going to try a quick fight this time. Let's see what happens. Okay, now this time the quick fight actually won the whole fight. So I'm actually still in, so that's good. So let's try another one. All right, let's... I'm going to need to pump up here. Now, you do have to make some purchases in the game, but usually the game actually provides this stuff and makes them available to you, so you don't actually have to spend real money. Usually all the funds and stuff you get come from just playing the game on a regular basis, so you don't actually have to invest money into the game. That's the great thing about it. They do give you the option to purchase stuff in the game, but honestly, you don't need to, because all you have to do is play the game on a regular basis, and a lot of this stuff becomes available anyway. That's pretty much how I have all the characters I have. I didn't buy them. They just became available because I played so much. I mean, I'm one of the guys that's been playing this game forever, and I didn't have to invest any money in the game. I just, kept playing the game until I unlocked everything. So, all right, let's go for a quick fight here. Oh, this time I didn't do so well because Baymax got taken out. All right, so we're going to go for another fight here. And let's throw in Loose, and let's see how she does. Okay, quick fight. Hey, all right, we got a victory right there. Okay, so let's continue. Let's see if I can get up to 10 wins here. So far, we're going good. Oh, we ran into a defeat. Phooey. Okay, now the good thing is when I saw the thing, everybody got defeated except Maui. So the advantage I have here is down here in the lower corner here, you see there's boosts. So I get the option for slow, which slows the enemy, energy regeneration for all my characters, and a shield for all my characters. So now those bonuses should give me the advantage in the next battle. So I'm going to go a quick fight again. And that one got me a victory. Unfortunately, Loose got KO'd. So that's good. So that actually got me through the next round. So let's give this a try. Okay, so this one we're going up against Heimlich, and unfortunately I forget her name. Kidda from Disney Atlantis. We've also got Cogsworth and Lumiere. And now we do have some other characters that are considered creeps. So we've got the Blue Ghoul, and we've got the Chomp Chest, which is basically a mimic. But obviously they couldn't say mimic because then they'd be violating copyright of Dungeons and Now I've got all those characters been taken out, so I'm going to go ahead and throw in Dr. Doof, and let's see how he does this time. So we're doing a quick fight. Unfortunately, the whole team got wiped out on that one, so that ain't going to work. So now this is one of those things where an invasion is going to go on for a while. So now I've actually gained enough points that I can take on the boss battle. So now the boss battle is going to be up against this mega virus. So, I mean, look at this thing. How nasty is that looking thing? So this is kind of the thing that made me think of, you know, and like Ralph Breaks the Internet. So I think this is pretty cool. So I'm going to give a 3+ damage to the group. And I'm going to go with the core team here. And we'll see how they do. So let's see how this group does. So I'm going to go in for a fight. Let's see how this group does. Look at the size of that thing. All right, so the crew. The green bar up here at the top is showing damage to the virus, but unfortunately, it doesn't look like they're doing enough damage because his level is not going down, and I've only got 15, 14, 13, 10 seconds left. So I'm going to pause here and retreat because obviously that group did not do very well. So this time I'm going to try changing out and going with the group I did before, which was with Honey Lemon and Go-Go. And let's give this group a try here. See if maybe we get better results. Okay, we're getting a little bit more damage there, but not enough. Unfortunately, this megavirus, he is a lot tougher than he looks. We're at 25 seconds left, and we've only done a little bit of damage to his energy bar. 14, 13, 10 seconds left. They're doing damage, they're just not doing enough. Yep, unfortunately ran out of time and was unfortunately unable to defeat him. So now that's the thing with Invasion is you do these breaker quests to gain bonus points against the boss, and then you go in and take on the boss. So, and of course we get these weekly offers that come up. So the thing is that the game does allow for purchasing of characters and bonuses and stuff like that in certain games, but you don't actually need to make any purchases in order to win the game. And because it's a continuous game, you don't technically need to buy anything into the game to actually win. You can actually just play the game and actually win easily. So like another area to play in is City Watch. So you have the option of playing through each level, trying to defeat all the different levels. Now, I've been playing the game long enough that I've actually gained a lot of resets where you basically can defeat the whole thing and just reset it for the next day. So I can actually just hit one of those. Boom. And I've actually completed my watch, and I just gained all the bonus points and stuff like that. And that's one of the great things about the game is that once you build up over time, you can really easily defeat a lot of the opponents and then get back to the fun part of the game. Like me personally, I really enjoy the campaign. So I can go in here and I can actually play. And I can play all the different characters that I want to play. So let's see. So I have to actually finish this one. So I can actually then take the team apart. And I'm just going to go with a straight... let me get them all here. I'm just going to play with Big Hero 6 just because I really like playing with them. So let's put them in the fight and let's see how they do here. They're actually doing really well in this battle. Come on, come on. Unfortunately, Elsa's in the screen. And Elsa is a really powerful character in the game. Oh, she took out Wasabi. Took out Hero. Oh, wow. She took out the whole team. Okay, so that one did not work. Okay, so let's change out a few characters and let's add in a few others. So I'm going to go with, yeah, the Headless Horseman. Let's see how this group does. Oh, seems to be doing a little bit better. Taking out. Oh, took him out that time. Okay, we're on to the next round. Cool. All right, let's see how we do here. All right, defeated that group. On to the next round. Let's see if they can get through here. Come on, guys. And that's it. We won. Nice. Now, the great thing about the campaign is this actually, Mr. Ham, welcome in. The campaign actually takes us through the game itself, and there is an actual story that's going on. When you first join the game, you have the story starting out with Wreck-It Ralph, Vanellope Von Schweetz, Mr. Incredible, Elastigirl, and I believe Frozone, but the fifth character in the fight usually is one that varies out. Like you start out with, I believe it's Yax from Zootopia. He's the mellow kind of guru from the Naturalist Club. So I think that's his name. It's Yax or Jax. I can't remember his name right now. Let me actually look him up here. Let's see. He's going to be all the way down on my list here, as I have not used him in a while. No, he's in here somewhere. Oh, it is Yax. So he's one of the characters you start off in the game. I haven't used him in a while, but I got him up to level 94. And he's got all these really cool abilities in there. So he's basically... And the other thing is that a lot of the characters in the game have very particular roles. Like, let me see if I can go through the aspect of here. So, let's see. So yeah, there's all different options to search and filter out characters. So like, here's the main roles that you have access to here. So there's tanks, support, damage, and control. Those are pretty much the primary roles you have, but you can vary them, and there's multiple teams that you have. There's the red team, blue team, yellow team, and different characters are part of different teams, and certain characters have certain abilities. Like the tank role, anybody who's played D&D or Warhammer or something like that, or Warcraft, the tank is the guy who stands up front and takes the primary damage. And then you've got your damage, which is basically pretty much the one who's a good fighter and basically just kicks butt. Support is someone who basically sits in the back and either heals or gives bonuses to the character so that they get stronger. And the control is the one who kind of hangs in the back and does something to the environment to actually allow for the heroes to have an advantage. So there's a bunch of different roles that these all take on. So for tanks, for example, if I go back and over here, oh, shoot, let me try that again. Go into here and you look at tanks. So these are pretty much all the different tanks in the game, and they're really, really good if you actually pump them up. Like Baymax, in my opinion, is one of the best tanks in the game because he comes in first and does an initial hit on all the bad guys. In addition to that, he forms shields over everybody and heals them at the same time. So he's a fantastic frontline tank. And, of course, you have Goliath, who's just a natural, built for defense, strong attacker, but he's primarily used as a defense and to take hits. And, of course, Ida Clawthorn. She, unfortunately, does not go into her full owl mode, but she has all of her magic spells and stuff that she uses that gives her a lot of bonuses. Vince, welcome in. So she's a lot of fun to play with. I really like her. So let me turn off the filter here. So another one is the damage. So let me turn damage on. Go back to general. Clear out of there. So you got damage here. So obviously Korra is a really good damager. And the Headless Horseman is a really good one. I've been a fan of the Headless Horseman ever since I saw Legend of Sleepy Hollow as a kid. So I absolutely love this character. And he's the only one that actually has a pumpkin. And I love that. And he actually throws his weapon, but he's the first one that character in the game that actually has a pumpkin in the game. So, and I'm a big Halloween fan, so I absolutely love his character. And of course, he's got his cool abilities and stuff like that come in. I'm actually going to pump him up a little bit here. And such a cool character. I love him so much. So yeah, and that allows you to actually go through and check which one. So many great characters in the game, and it's honestly just fun to play with all of them. So now I can actually go on to the next level here. And let's keep going with the group that I currently have, and let's see how they do. Ooh, got through that one. Oh, just got to take them to one. Ooh! And Powerline from Goof Troop, he's another character in the game. Oogie Boogie is from Nightmare Before Christmas is in the game. Winnie the Pooh's in the game. Tigger's in the game. I mean, there's so many characters from so much of Disney that is in this game. And it's just fun to see how they came up with ways to make them fighters. Max, welcome in. And I just find this game so much fun to play. You've got so many different characters to play with. And you can build your own teams and specialize in, coming up with your own ways to win. And what really comes to the factor is the interplaying part of it, is you get to play with other people online and have battles with them and all that kind of thing. And it's a lot of fun. Like, I don't know if you notice all these messages that are coming up on the side. That is actually people chatting right now. There's live chat in the game, so you actually can communicate with the other character in this game. Oh, unfortunately, I lost that fight. But the interaction, you can actually continue chatting with people. You can chat with people within your guild. There's VIP chat and announcements for the game and all kinds of different stuff. And there's different characters and people you can communicate with. So if you want to actually communicate with people socially, you can do that in the game. So that's another aspect about the game that makes it a lot of fun. So, all right. So obviously I didn't win this matchup. Unfortunately, I wasn't paying attention because I was talking about things. So let me see. I'm going to take out Go-Go in this one. I'm going to throw in the Horn King. And let's see how he does on this fight. See that? You can see here the Horned King, he's actually bringing out these skeletal warriors that will now go out in front and take a lot of damage. So I just think that's cool, as it basically gives you minions to fight with. Now, if the Horned King gets taken out, those minions go away. But thankfully, we've got enough of a force here that hopefully they should be able to take the rest of these guys out. Let's see here how we're doing here. All right, I think the only one left is Mr. Pooh Bear, who is putting up a very decent fight in this battle. So unfortunately, no one is taking him out. All right, we've got 40 seconds left. Oh, there he is. He's defeated. Woohoo! There's a win. Now, here's the one I wanted to show you. There is an actual storyline that's going on. So the characters are actually communicating in the story in the game. So Hero says, guys, I have an idea. And Tron comes up. Please don't say, look at this from a different angle. And this is basically the storyline of the game, is that all these different characters are actually communicating with each other. And it's almost like a comic book in a way. So, yeah, man, it's been done before. Har, har. No, what if instead of trying to scrub out the creepers, we just change the code? And we got Shank from Ralph Wrecks the Internet. Can we do that? And of course, that's the thing, is that they give you just a little bit, so you have something about that. I'm getting tired. I'm going to head to bed. See you next time. All right, Obi-Wan, thanks for stopping in. I appreciate it. So, and that's the great thing about the campaign part of it, the story, is you actually get a inner story that's going on where the characters are actually talking to each other. And this is so unique because the first time we actually saw this in Disney was in Ralph Breaks the Internet, where you had the Disney characters interacting for the first time. I mean, it was the first time we actually saw all the princesses communicating with each other and actually befriending Penelope. And I always thought that was super cool. And I was thinking, man, why don't they have something like this? And sure enough, Disney Heroes pretty much allows you to see what it would be like if the other Disney heroes were communicating with each other. And we even get the villains taking part in some of this as well, which we had kind of a crossover kind of thing like that happens in, there was the Disney Channel series, The House of Mouse, which was basically where Mickey and Goofy and Donald and Minnie and Daisy, where they were running a nightclub, and the heroes and the villains would come and visit the place to have dinner and stuff like that. And there were some fun interactions in there, but you didn't get the real interaction. And there were a couple crossover events that happened in some of the TV shows where like Aladdin crossed over with Hercules. And I think there were a few other ones where they did that. But we never had any real like full-on interaction between all the different characters. And that's part of the reason why Disney Heroes is so interesting, because you actually get to have that kind of interaction with all the different characters. And the campaign is really where you see that, because there's an actual dialogue going on. So, and as you play through the campaign, you actually run into more of those little dialogue bits. So now my team is actually this group. I think I actually picked a good group here. So Korra is one of my highest strong ones, and Baymax is one of my best tanks. So I usually try and team them up together. And you don't have to do things the way I do it. I found great effect with this group. But if you want to pick out your own characters and do it your own way, you are more than free to do that when you log into the game. The game gives you the options and stuff like that to start building up your group. If you want to speed it up, you can pay for it. I personally don't like to do that. I just like playing with the characters as I go. So over time, I was able to build up a crack team that really works out well with this. So, all right, so let's go on to the next area here in the campaign. All right, so right now, Horn King, Hiro Hamada, the Headless Horseman, Korra, and Baymax. Let's see how they do. Oh, blew through that first group. So I love how Baymax flies through, and he pretty much takes out over half of the group just with the first hit. And that's really one of my reasons why I liked him. And Korra does the same thing. It's basically Korra and Baymax. They fly through the screen and wipe out the first group. So it's really an effective team, and that's the reason why I like them. There's only a few other characters that will actually shoot all the way through like that. Go-Go is one of them, but she doesn't do that right away. She does that as one of her special abilities. And I know Buzz Lightyear, he's in the game. He comes through with his jetpack and his laser and does a strafing run against, kind of like Iron Man. And I thought that was pretty cool. And I know others have used that to great effect. And there's other characters that do that kind of thing, like Huey, Dewey, and Louie. They come through, all three of them, on a skateboard and do that kind of thing. And one of the most OP characters that was in the game for a while, and everybody pretty much used it to take control of the battles, was the Beast from Beauty and the Beast. And let me actually show him here. Let me do here. So let's type in here, Beast. So he is a literal beast in the game. He is one of the strongest characters you can have. And I believe he is a tank, if I'm not mistaken. No, he is a damage. It's right here in roll. It says damage. So he is really a powerhouse character, and he is really strong. He's got all these special abilities. His Rage of the Beast, Brutal Blow, Leaping Claw, and Basic Instincts. So he's a really cool character. I honestly say if you're looking for a really powerhouse damage, he's definitely one to go with. Because even with some of my best players at maxed out, they could not defeat this guy. So so that's the great thing about this game, is that there is no primary formula for the best characters in the game. Because you pretty much, when you first start out, you got to figure out which ones that you want to play with, what you want to do in the game. I mean, there's a lot of sandbox material to this game, because you can pick out the characters that you want and just play with those ones. But if you want to actually, gain some status in the game or something like that, then you do have to have a little strategy on which characters you want to pick. And the great thing is that there's a lot of online support for this game. So there's walkthroughs and stuff that you can find on YouTube. There's a lot of crowd support that you can find through the Discord. And the online source is really great through Pure Blue. So it's really a great game, and there's been a lot of people that have been playing this game for a while. So it's really a great game. So I would highly recommend playing this.